So I've been spending a fair amount of time lately trying to figure out what would be a good camera to recommend for people who want to make videos but who aren't super into the gear. You just want to make that video, get it online, and do it as easy as possible. Because for you, it's about your business. It's not about the hobby of creating videos. So like from the very beginning, I've been talking about how your phone is your best friend, especially like, the iPhone 11 Pro's got 3 lenses, the iPhone 12 just came out, it's got 3 lenses, but some of you don't really care about smartphones. That's not your thing, and that's not something that you want to be spending money on. My dad still has a flip phone. He has no interest in having the newest technology. So then I thought, okay, what are some other options? Sony's got a camera called the ZV-1, which I think is probably hands down the best camera for people who really, really want the quality to be there, but don't want to have to learn how to operate something really complicated. But the ZV-1 is, I think, $799. So yes, it's less than an iPhone 11 Pro, it's less than an iPhone 12, but that's still kind of up there. So then I got myself this DJI Osmo Action, and I recorded a whole bunch of stuff on it about how I thought this was going to be the #1 best camera for beginner filmmakers or just people who just want to make video. And this thing's pretty awesome. The video quality is not quite where I'd like it to be, and that's just for me. I'm one of those people that will just stare at things and be like, oh, the clarity's not there, the color's not there. Someone that doesn't care about that just wants to create content about dog training, about baking, about life coaching, that isn't coming from an artistic point of view, this might be a really good option. What's really cool about it is it's got a front-facing camera. So when you've got it, I've got a cool little tripod that I put it on. It's just outside of its case right now. So when you're talking to the camera, you can actually see yourself on this screen. So it's really neat. You know that you're on screen, and then it's also got a bigger screen on the back. What's also really cool about it is it's got this thing called Rock Steady. So I use it to chase down athletes when I'm working on logging miles, which is like the running vlog that I also work on the side. This is great because I can sprint full speed after people and it looks smooth as butter. But one of the ways that it does this is it actually ends up having to cut into some of that photo. So it kind of makes it bigger. It has to zoom in because the way that it does it is it's actually rotating the picture, and then it crops in so that you can't see the edges rotating around on it. So that's kind of one of the downsides of this. But I got this for like $250. And when you think about that in comparison to an iPhone that's like $1,000, I've got an iPhone right now. I'm paying it off monthly. It was like $1,000. So 250 bucks, that's really great. Especially with Black Friday coming up, you can probably get this for pretty cheap if you're willing to wait a month. The last thing is though, while I was actually recording the video about the Osmo Action, and a GoPro will work really well for that too, but DJI, who makes that little baby camera that I just showed you, and who also makes a bunch of the really great drones, they just came out with a little camera called the Osmo Pocket. Now I don't have it because Lord only knows I have enough cameras. If I bought another one, Jessica would probably kill me in my sleep. So at first I was like, why on earth would anybody want this camera? I mean, you've got the Osmo Action, it's super tiny, you can put it in your pocket, what more could you want? But what's really cool about the Osmo Pocket, there's actually several things. #1, it has a gimbal on it, which a gimbal is something that will steady out your camera. So if you're moving around a lot, if you're bouncing around, it will make things smooth, kind of like how I told you that little Osmo Action does, but it does it while it's recording, so it doesn't have to sacrifice the quality of your video to zoom in and crop that stuff out. So #1, that's really cool that it has that gimbal on it. #2, it spins around, and it has this thing called active tracking. So let's pretend that you're doing a cooking vlog, and you've only got one camera. You can set this thing up, and you can set it to follow you, and say you have to go across the kitchen to get a spatula. It will follow you while you do that. So it's basically like having a little mini camera person that's following you around and you can do it all by yourself. So that's super, super cool. What's also really cool is if you get their little upgrade, it comes with a little lapel mic, like a little lavalier mic. And I've actually got one on right here that I use for everything, and I just clip it. I clip it to my sports bra. Guys, you can tape it onto your chest if you don't want to have it sticking up top. But that's great because you're gonna get that sound quality. And if you've been to any of my workshops, if you've been to any of my Q&As, seen any of my videos, I really harp a lot on sound quality. People love podcasts. Nobody loves silent movies, right? So sound is super, super important. So this thing connects to this little lapel mic. They go together. There's no crazy stuff that you have to do to connect them because they're already friends. They already know each other. Being able to have a camera that follows you around, that has excellent sound quality, it's gonna be about the same video quality as if you were on your phone. So don't expect it to be like the same quality as if you bought, you know, a $2,000 camera. It's just not gonna be that way. But if you don't care about that, this could be your option. So that's just what I wanted to do for today. I wanted to lay out some options for you, for those of you that don't wanna go and spend a bunch of money on gear. And this thing is just a ton of bang for your buck because you're gonna be covering your video and sound. But I'm gonna give you links to everything that I talked about because really all of the cameras that I mentioned are excellent, excellent options for beginner video folks, for folks that just wanna create, that don't care about the gear, that just want to make things easily, that look good. So let me know if you have any questions, put them down below. Also, head over to my website and just set up a 30-minute call with me. It's totally free. It's not a business pitch. Literally, I will answer any questions. Also, if you sign up for my newsletter over there, I'm gonna give you a free beginner video guide that's got just a ton of really great stuff that I wish that I had known when I first got started. So that's all I've got for you today. Have an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you in the next episode.